Sp4zie and plenty.
Hello, what's up? Sp4zie coming right at you with another champion preview. This time around, we're taking a look at Illaoi. I don't know. The term "release the Kraken" has never been more fitting. This fighter, Juggernaut, builds AD and tankiness and slaps people with Kraken tentacles. Let's dive right into those abilities because honestly, that's why you guys are here. Also, Sp4zie, sorry about my voice today. I think I'm gonna be sick within the next couple of days. Let us start with the passive. It's called Prophet of an Elder God, and nearby Illaoi, which I think is how you pronounce her name, you will randomly spawn these tentacles. They will help you to deal damage with your abilities. We'll talk about that later. They can be killed by enemies, granting them a little bit of gold, and if you leave them alone for like 1 minute, they will disappear. Before we get into exactly how this works, let me just say that this is what everything is built around. Her tentacles. Like, if you have them around, you're gonna deal way more damage. If you don't, you're gonna be a little bit meh. And thusly, your enemies are gonna try and destroy them. You are gonna try and fight when you know what you have a couple of them around you, and that is her kit. Okay, moving on with the Q. It is called Tentacle Smash, and it's very straightforward. You smash a tentacle in a line in front of you, and you deal damage to all enemies hit. And passively, it reads that tentacles that hit enemy champions will heal you for a small portion of your missing health. And yes, this means that your Q will heal you, and the passive tentacles on the walls, if they hit enemy champions, will heal you as well. The W is called Harsh Lesson, and when you activate it, your next basic attack will become a charge, so you can like leap to your opponent. You will deal a bit of bonus damage, and then you will command all your tentacles to go for a swing. So once you hit your basic attack, all the tentacles that are in range will go for a mush. But the build-up is kind of long on it, and it's kind of easy to dodge, so players can definitely play around this. But this spell is on a pretty short cooldown. It also doesn't cost that much mana, so this is going to be like your spammable deal damage when they overstep to kill a tentacle type of move. And now it might get a little bit more complex. I'm going to try and explain this as thoroughly as possible because some people are confused. It's the E, it's the Test of Spirit. It is a pretty long skill shot. It can be blocked by minions and monsters though, so you have to hit it directly on a champion. If you do that, you pull out the spirit, and then you have a short amount of time to kill that spirit. And a percentage of the damage that you deal to it will be dealt to the host or the owner of the spirit. And the tentacles that spawn around you, they will occasionally swing at spirits as well. Now, if you're able to kill the spirit, the target of that spirit will be slowed, and this is the only CC that you have in your kit. They will also suffer a debuff and become a vessel, as they say. This means that they will look a little bit green, a little bit sad, and they will start spawning tentacles around them. Now, unlike your tentacles that you spawn, these tentacles will attack people without you having to use your W or anything. The target also gets this debuff if they leave the area when you've sort of stolen their spirit. Now, the first thing that I noticed when I played around with this is that this debuff lasts for a while. You will probably want to avoid getting it. How do you do that? Well, you hide behind minions, and if you actually get your spirit stolen, you go in there and you force them to attack you instead. Because if they attack you, you will still take more damage than if they attack the spirit, and if you have any CC at all, she's probably not going to be able to kill the spirit before it runs out, so she probably will attack you. So see this ability as a little bit more of an indirect taunt, if that makes sense. But very important, if you're looking to duel this champion, do not get hit by her E. And now the ultimate is called Leap of Faith. It is a small AoE ability. You slam it into the ground, and for each enemy champion that you hit, you deal damage obviously, but you also spawn an extra tentacle. So if you get a true wombo combo off, there will be 5 extra tentacles in that area. And for the next 8 seconds, all the tentacles swing 50% faster, they are untargetable, so they cannot be destroyed, and your W has a significant lower cooldown, which means that you can activate it to make the tentacles slap people more often. And there you have it, those are her abilities. And to summarize a little bit, when I played around with her, I noticed straight away that she really wants a lot of tentacles before she fights, because that is obviously when she deals very good damage. And when she has them, you're gonna be like, oh god, Riot, what have you done? But you gotta remember, people, that if you catch her when she's roaming somewhere or when she hasn't been, you know, stationed for a while, especially when her ult is on cooldown, you're probably gonna poop on her, because not only does she lack any type of reliable CC, she also won't deal enough damage. But there are some very strong potential moments for this champion. The classic Baron dance, where you're sort of like, shall we start it? Where are they? Shall we do it? Shall we not do it? That is perfect for her. She's gonna be able to passively build out the tentacles. It's a small little pit. When enemies come there, they're gonna get completely destroyed. Slap on top of that some good AoE CC, for instance, and a Mumu, and it's gonna be disgusting. But there you have it, friends. I hope this cleared things up a little bit. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give me a little bit of a like. You can also ask any comment in the comment section below. If I don't answer it, someone else will. The discussion is usually pretty great when I make these type of videos. Subscribe to the channel. I released 3 videos a week. Most of them are League of Legends related, so you won't be disappointed. And I'll see you next time. This has been Sp4zie, and I am out.